everybody. Hi. If you are new here, my name is AZ and this is my channel T-Spiracy. And tonight we're going to go over a couple videos. We're going to talk about a couple things. I'm going to drop the link, let some people talk if they want. But right now, the first thing I want to do is thank you all for being here. Who do we got? We got Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. We got my Shermar here. We got Vlad and Paler, Inquiz, Noel, Lauren, Christ Conflict, Poolerific, Anais, Excuse Meow. I like your name. Mary. Who else? Tamra. I caught myself that time, Tamra. I said Tamra and not Tamara. Tamra, Tamara, today, tomorrow, whatever, right? Lauren, I dream of Jordan. I dream of Jordan. Hello, Leon, Katie, Celinda Adams, Blazer, Noelle. Hello, Mary. Okay, Shaylin. All right. I could sit here. I like to say hi to everybody, but it makes it kind of hard in StreamYard because there's like a lag, a delay. Speaking of delays, I think there might be a delay with my camera and my mouth is not as though. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Like, is there like a little bit of a delay? Because it looks so on my screen. But anyways, so as we know, many things have happened in this case since we last spoke. I mean, last night was crazy. We tried to, thank you for becoming a member, Tamra. I appreciate that. Welcome to my membership. Thank you. So it's synced up now. Good. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So last night we all met up. I was going to do the live stream of the press conference and we all sat here. We all watched the bushes blow in the wind. We all watched that go down, right? Nothing happened. But while we were all hanging out, all of a sudden, we found out that the police were at Brian's house, right? And when Brian's house was there, when they were at Brian's house, we got excited, or I did anyways. I thought maybe, just maybe, that, his parents were folding on them, that the stress was getting to them, that they wanted to cooperate and help find Gabby, right? Because that's what this is about, Gabby. Because let's remember, Gabby is missing and Brian is hiding and running and just not cooperating, right? I have a hard time feeling bad. Hey, Tiffany Marie, hello. I have a hard time feeling bad that Brian's missing, but then again, I have to remind myself, just like you guys probably need to be reminded, that without Brian, we really lower our chances of ever finding Gabby, right? So I get it. There's just a couple things that have happened with the police spokesperson that are just kind of like, I don't know. See, I know that police have to withhold certain facts from us, right? I get that. I do. But there are a couple of things that I just don't know what to make of, and I wanted to see what you guys think, right? So, yeah. So last night also, that happened, and then we all know that, I don't know if I showed it or if it happened right when I got off, but Joe Petito's lawyer released a statement, and it was very well put, and it was very to the point, and it was very, very matter of fact, and it was just like chef's kiss. Couldn't have said it better myself. It literally just said, please remember that Gabby is missing and Brian is hiding, and it's just frustrating. It really is. So, and like I've said a million times already, it's just crazy that, these same people, when the police went to their door asking them for help, they were like, yeah, take my number, call my lawyer, and now, their son leaves with a backpack on Tuesday, and they don't report it until Friday. Are you kidding me? Talk about giving your kid a head start, right? Got to give him a head start to run, right? I mean, come on. It's like you didn't want to help. Now see, look at this. I don't even need to do my makeup before the stream anymore because like I have filters. It's like a win-win. Sitting here in my pajama pants. You don't know that I didn't do my makeup today. It doesn't even matter because I got a filter. Holla. So convenient. Anyways, so that happens, right? That happens. They want to let the police know that Brian is missing. And the weird part is they didn't want to talk until then. But why did they wait so long? If your son is a suspect in a case, right, and he leaves with a backpack, would you wait 3 days? Was that a good idea? Was that a good idea? No. No, 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 no. So I'm assuming they gave him time. And here's another thing, right? We don't know that Brian ever actually came back to Florida. I'm sorry, we don't. I think that the police assumed it was Brian. They probably saw the license plate scanned at a toll, wherever, right? Wherever they scan the license plate. They probably saw that. They retrieved the van. So they just assumed that Brian was back, right? I don't think, in my opinion, now, you got to remember something. This is all my opinion. This is a commentary channel. I don't have straight facts for you. I speculate, whatever. But I don't think that they ever saw Brian, and that's just my opinion. And you're right, Yvette, his parents cannot be trusted, and I could not agree more. I could not agree more. You know, who, for all we know, they could be sending us on a wild goose chase, right? On a wild goose chase. And another weird thing is too, you got to listen closely to these little press conferences they do, right? Because telling you, each time I heard it, I heard something like different that I didn't pick up the first time, because they answer questions quickly. They do it in a way where they're careful, and sometimes, just sometimes, they make a little kind of slip. So I don't want to give too much away about what I want to get into in this video. So I'm gonna start playing it, okay? And then I'm gonna play it all the way through the first time, and then we'll go over a couple things in it, all right? Okay. Here we go. Alrighty, let me hit play on this. I'm gonna mute myself.
Back here in the park, this is kind of an opening to more than 25,000 acres that are over here into the Carlton Reserve. So obviously it's a vast area. Seems like that's nothing new in this case, but that's what's going on here. We got 5 different local agencies, including the FBI, helping us with it.
What is the hope that Brian is actually out here still, especially since the parents haven't seen him allegedly since Tuesday?
We're hopeful. We're hopeful that he's, out here. Certainly we prepare for all different possibilities. But our goal is to locate him and bring him back to Northport.
What makes you think it's this area that he might be in?
His family says that this is a place that he frequents. They also believe that this is where he came. And again, this is according to them.
And does he like to hike in this area? Like, what does he do here?
That's my understanding. That's what they believe. They believe that he came out here on Tuesday.
And what exactly did they tell you about what happened on Tuesday? Was it in the evening? Like, he walked out? Did he say anything to his parents?
He had his backpack. He said that this is where he was coming.
And did he say why?
Not that I'm.
Why they waited?
Not that I know.
Why did they wait until yesterday to tell you that this?
That's a great question. We've obviously been trying to reach the family and them to get answers in this case since Saturday. The first time that we've had any in-depth full conversation with them was yesterday. Their attorney called and said the family is concerned about Brian's whereabouts. They would like to file a missing persons report.
Has the federal agency aided in any way with regards to cell phone tracking?
Of course.
Does that bring you here along with what the parents say?
I do not believe that's what brought us here. I believe that we're acting. Some of that stuff takes time to get all of that. We've been working on that for basically where they've been for the last 3 weeks. So certainly over the last 12 hours, I don't know that we've been able to triangulate that, if you will. But we are certainly, at this point, we're going by their word. We're going by the family's word of where they think that he's at. We believe that his vehicle may have been here too.
And when the family said yesterday that he had been since Tuesday, did they say that he was here yesterday? Or is this something they just told you guys today?
They said the last time they saw him is when he came here.
You mentioned his vehicle. What about the vehicle? Was the vehicle found on site?
It was not.
It was not. Where was the vehicle found?
It was at the Laundrie's home.
At their home?
Yes.
Well, you said that they thought that he was in his vehicle.
Right.
So, I mean, if it was at their house, why would they think that?
I mean, look, we're going by their word. we believe that vehicle did make its way from here back to that house.
Do we think his skills could maybe be more of a challenge since he's used to being outdoors and it's so rugged out here? Could he be deeply embedded?
Yeah, I mean, these are people that were living off the grid in different areas. I don't know how frequently if he would come out here and do, day-long hikes or whatever. I mean, it's you could be out here for months if you wanted.
He's got the vehicle tracked here, and then he found it back home. Is there any indication that there might be somebody aiding him in his attempts to evade?
Well, any indication?
Any indication
Yeah.
that maybe there'd be somebody else?
I mean, I think, we have to go by what they're telling us at this point. Certainly, we are looking at, to corroborate all of the information we've received.
And what day did the vehicle leave the house, and what day did it return? Was that all on Tuesday?
I believe it was Tuesday. I actually, as far as it coming here, I do not know the date that it was returned.
And what type of vehicle was it?
I believe, we're getting into some things that I think I certainly have not had a conversation about what I can say and what I can't. But we know the answer to that.
With
Can
the
you tell us
search
about the
effort, this
canines?
is thousands of acres and heavily wooded. What obstacles are you guys facing out here?
Well, you just named it, right? I mean, it's wooded, it's been wet, it's hot, but we have drones up, we have four-wheelers, and we've got 50 people who are used to dealing with these types of elements. I mean, most of these folks are from Florida and know what it's like.
And it sounds like it's something that could probably solved a lot quicker if people would just talk to you. It seems like they're going in
You
circles.
got the good questions today.
Family, I guess.
Yeah.
Or if he's even watching it, what would you say? I mean, it's like a
Sure.
bunch of questions.
Well, I mean, this is where we're at. I mean, that's the bottom line. Our job is, Brian is a resident of this community. Brian was not a suspect in a crime. Brian was a person of interest and a missing person. We're not following him everywhere he's going. There's been some of that, that conversation floating out there, and that's just not how it works.
Could you tell us how it works? For those that don't know.
No, I can't tell you exactly how it always works, but what I know is that were we trying to keep an eye out kind of where he's at so that when needed we could potentially reach him? Yes, but our focus was putting resources on trying to find Gabby. We knew that Brian wasn't willing to talk. That was abundantly clear. We were attempting. So we were putting our resources on trying to find Gabby. We knew we would deal with Brian eventually, but this is certainly a twist.
Is there any concern, especially since the parents withheld this information, that this could be just another decoy, maybe a way to throw you off for a little bit while he moves on?
Well, I'll leave that speculation to you guys. Don't forget. I mean, I don't know. I've never had a missing child in my life, but I think you get to, a point of concern, whether that be a day, 2 days, 3 days. I think that depends on the individual and the circumstances. Remember, I mean, Gabby's parents, it was a significant amount of time before they became concerned. I can't fully answer it.
And did the parents say anything about Gabby last night, or did they only want to talk about Brian?
Their attorney was on the phone with us and, was giving them counsel as we spoke, and all of the conversation was only about the whereabouts of Brian.
Is there any chance Gabby's with him?
No, I have no information that is.
So you mentioned
Even
earlier
likely.
today there was canines out there. They had some articles of clothing. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
so we've received a couple questions overnight about, there was some things taken out of the home yesterday during the, this missing person investigation, and those were articles of clothing for our canines to be able to get a scent.
And for those that keep out asking, he was a person of interest, you wanted to talk to him, but he wouldn't communicate at all. He didn't want to talk to you guys at all. For those thinking, why not just arrest him or bring him in and force him to talk to you? What's that?
We don't have a crime. We're looking for somebody. I mean, that's it. I mean, we can't go just pulling people in. He certainly has the Fifth Amendment not to speak. We're respectful of that. We get it. We're frustrated. Just a couple more, please. I'm sure I've been here all day.
Fifth Amendment right?
That's a technical question. I think that's accurate. When you go to the door and you say we'd like to, are you willing to speak with us about what's going on? And they say, here's the name and number for our attorney. I mean, I don't know if they actually said that. physical words of
You
that.
know the
But
name of, can you tell us the name of it?
that's been widely publicized. I don't have
Any
that.
chance that the family thinks he's suicidal?
I don't know that I'm comfortable saying that. I think we can, anything's possible.
Can you speak to some of the tactics? I know there's canine units, different things that are going on. Just what you guys are using to search this
Sure.
area?
So we've got 5-6 different agencies that are out there. We've got 50 plus folks. We've had drones in the air. We've got bloodhounds, canines, four-wheelers, side by sides. Certainly out there. It's very wet.
Who's leading the search?
We are working in conjunction with the FBI to lead this investigation.
We saw airboats being used earlier. Is that part of the investigation as well?
I have not heard the word airboat. It's possible. This canal that runs, is that where you saw them right here in this canal? Yeah. So what they did is they started the search kind of in the park area. Certainly most of you are not familiar with this park. It's about 200 acres. And then there's a bridge which crosses over into the Carlton, which is about 25,000 acres. So the initial focus was on the 200 acres here and then spreading out there.
Do you have an estimate of how long it would take to search the entire 2,500?
I do not, but you can imagine a long time.
What else do you need for this to become a criminal investigation?
I think we would need official confirmation of a crime.
And would you classify this as a grid search?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Folks outside of Florida, can you describe the conditions that your teams are in right now and will be in for the next?
It's muddy. It's wet. There are a few unpaved dirt roads that are out there, basically running along power lines. It's a place that people hike. There are mountain biking trails out there. The Myakkahatchee Creek runs from Myakka City, runs down basically into the city. It's also diverted along these man-made canals that are over here.
It's believed that he entered from here.
Correct.
Does Brian own a gun?
I cannot speak to that.
Is there any reason that people that live nearby or people that may be in the park should be concerned? Or what advice do you have for them?
Well, I mean, there's 50 law enforcement officers out here, so it's probably the safest place in Northport. I don't have any information that other people's lives are in danger.
Is the park closed to the public?
It is.
At the moment, do you believe Brian might be in danger?
Sure. I think that's fair to say. I mean, you have somebody, there's an enormous amount of pressure, I'm sure, on him to provide answers on what's going on here.
What was his emotional state when he left his parents' house?
I don't know. I don't.
For the last 7 days, you guys have been doing your best trying to.
All right, so there goes my uncanny ability to pause something on, a bad angle. Anyways, couple things, right? So, oh no, what happened? Hold on, let me read the comments real quick. Sorry, I'm just going back a little bit. Hold on. I think I missed it, but I hope you're okay, Shyla. Sorry to hear that. I hope it's nothing bad. I know that everybody's saying sorry. I hope you're okay. Oh boy. Anyways, you guys. Prayers for Shyla in the chat. I missed what it is, but Della G. Della. Oh my gosh, that's not a common name. That was my grandmother's name, and I never met her. So it's kind of cool to see somebody with that name. And you became a member. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That makes me happy. Della, did you see the TikTok video? Yes, you guys keep asking me. The TikTok video really blew my mind yesterday. I actually made a video about it, right? Are you talking about the one who, the girl says she picked them up like hitchhiking or whatever? I definitely believe her, and you guys are killing me. You're like, who's the SpongeBob guy in the back with the yellow shirt? He really did. Oh no, Shyla. That's awful. Sorry to hear that, honey. So here's the deal, you guys. that girl says she saw him on the 29th, right? She says she's already talked to police. She's already given them all the information. No, a guy that saw him in a bar. I read an article last night with somebody who saw him in a bar. I know there was another one. Another person saw him in a bar. Wait, with Gabby or alone? I haven't read it if it's with him alone. I haven't read that. No. We'll have to check that out after. So here's the thing, you guys. Like, everybody's like, well, he's just a person of interest. Like, what do you want the police to do? I keep seeing that, and I understand that. I understand in America, it's innocent until proven guilty, and he has his Fifth Amendment right and all that stuff, right? And this guy right here, the Northport Police spokesperson, already said, like, yo, if we do find Brian, we're just going to bring him home, right? So somebody please tell me why they had, now listen, if they had just kept an eye, some kind of eye, I don't know, and to think there was a bunch of people camping out outside of the dirty laundry residence. And yes, I call them dirty laundry. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Their last name is Laundrie. They're dirty. They won't help find Gabby. It is what it is. Sorry, not sorry, if that offends you. But now, because they didn't keep an eye out like they said they did have, right? They said that they had an idea of where he was. They reassured us, whatever. Dude snuck out the back door. Do you guys know about that? Like, listen, so yes, last night after I got off of here, I went on Twitter, right? And I saw a video, which I'm going to show after we go over all this, of these two women who were showing the phone. They were recording someone else's phone, and it was a picture of allegedly Brian walking down the street with his big head and no shoes on, okay? This big old head, no shoes on. It was definitely him, in my opinion. How many people walk down the street with no shoes? That dude hated shoes. We know that. And it looks just like him. Now, a bunch of people are like, that's not him. That person has a tattoo on their forearm. That's not a tattoo, first of all. It's an arm, like a wrap. You know those ones they do, like if you have a sore arm or something? It looks like a arm bandage, if you will. It looks like an arm bandage, okay? It does. So, yeah. So it makes you wonder, right? Is that a bandage on his arm? Why is his arm bandaged, right? If that is him. And not only that, the photo that these neighbors took of him, allegedly him, I really think it is him. He was walking down the street in broad daylight. Right? Tendonitis wraps. Yep, thank you. Ace bandage. Ace bandage is what I was looking for. Thank you. Thank you. You guys always find my words for me. I love you for that. So that was not him. It has been confirmed. Are you sure, George? I'm not talking about the body. I'm talking about the dude walking down the street, because I know that there was a bunch of people saying it's not him, there's a tattoo, but I didn't see a tattoo. And if you zoom in, it's not a tattoo, right? And the ladies that were showing it were the same people at the house yesterday, right? Because they showed the outside of the house and the people standing there, and I saw them there. So, this is all hearsay, right? Like, I literally don't know if it was him. Could be anything, right? Could be anything. Just like the girl who said she picked up Brian hitchhiking. Now, I tend to lean on the side of believing her. She gave very detailed information. She didn't strike me as someone who is lying, right? Could it be a lie? Could it be attention for social media followers? Like that often happens on TikTok. Yup, that could definitely be it, right? Definitely. So I'm a little all over the place here. What I wanted to talk about, right, is I already went over the fact that Saturday the police asked the dirty laundries for help. They say no. Tuesday, Brian leaves with a backpack. And then by Friday, the parents are now asking for help. Really annoying, okay? So, he says in the video, this spokesperson, right? He's like, where they think he's at, right? Referring to Brian. Why? They're like, why are you searching these woodlands? He's like, well, this is where they think that he's at, right? And then he says, the last time they saw him, it was when he came here, right? Did you guys hear that part? The last time they saw him is when he came here. Now, could it mean it's when he walked out and said he was going there? But wouldn't he say something like, the last time they saw him is when he said he was coming here or going, like, I don't know. The way he words it is weird, right? And did you catch We believe his vehicle may have been here too, right? Talking about where they're searching right now, okay? We believe his vehicle may have been here too. And then the report is like, wait a minute, dude, wait a minute. If you're talking about the Mustang car, the one you just went into last night to get the scent, because that's apparently what they were doing. They went in the Mustang car. We watched them live go in there, right? And apparently it was to get the scent of Brian to aid in the search, right? Yes, shady palm tree stuff going on here. Look at the screen. Shady palm tree stuff going on here. I'm going to leave that there till I play the video. Shady palm tree. If you're new here, that's one of my sayings. I don't know. I just made it up one day. Yes, there was a silver Mustang in the driveway last night. Law enforcement could be seen going inside of it in the trunk. We all were like, what's up with that, right? But here's the thing. One of the reporters that we watched last night on hashtag HeyJD, the hashtag Nazi I like to call him, but yeah, she said, I've been out here camping. I've been here since Tuesday, she said. She said, I've been here since Tuesday, right? Tuesday morning, there were no cars in this driveway, right? No cars. And then all of a sudden, hold on, was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday, I believe. No, Wednesday. Wednesday morning, the cars come back. Now, there were two cars. There was a maroon pickup truck, right? And there was the silver Mustang. Now, the maroon pickup truck pulled up Wednesday morning in what is believed to be Mr. and Mrs. Dirty Laundrie. They got out of the maroon pickup truck. They went in the house, and they haven't been out since, okay? So that was Wednesday morning, okay? Apparently, the same morning, somebody, they don't know who, even though there's been a million people outside, right? Which I could go back and check Twitter. I hate Twitter, but I'll go back and check Twitter, whatever. Somebody else drove that car, which is believed to be Brian's car, right? The same car they were in last night. Supposedly, Brian's father co-signed on the van. Oh, wow. So this means right now, and you got him saying in the one we just watched, right? We believe the vehicle may have been here too. So what it sounds like to me, guys, is that maybe when his parents left, they went searching for him or something. Who knows? Maybe they gave him a ride. Who knows, right? But they're like, I bet you they said last night, we found his car at this place that they're searching now, the Woodlands or whatever. I'm just going to call it because I cannot say it, okay? I can't. Someone asked me to say it. I'm not saying it because there's no way I'm pronouncing that. Sorry for you. So I think that the parents found it there, quote, found it there. We'll just say found it there. And somebody in their family drove it back maybe, right? But if that's the case, if he took off, they find his car on Wednesday. Why did they wait so long? Especially if he took off with a backpack, right? So many weird things, okay? So many weird things. And so the spokesperson guy just said, we believe the vehicle made it back from here to his house. So obviously he's referencing had to have been Wednesday morning, which was the day after he was missing, right? So now, mind you, too, Tuesday, there were no cars in the driveway. We need to remember that part. Tuesday was when he went missing. So where were his parents Tuesday night to not come back until Wednesday morning? Where were they? What were they doing? Brian was never seen going in and out of that house like the parents were, okay? So where is he? Nobody has seen him, you guys. Not a single person has actually said, I saw him. Do you not think that's a little weird? Is that not weird? The parents obviously, in my opinion, gave this dude a head start, okay? They did. I don't care what anyone says. They gave him a head start. They don't know where he is. And even this guy right here is acting like, we're questioning that too. Like we're checking what did he say last night? The validity of their claims, right? Super suspicious. Yes. Like Bailey Sarian would say, suspicious. Okay? Super suspicious. So let's watch this video, okay? And maybe I'll pause it here and there to talk about some things. Let me get rid of the shady palm tree. If you're new here, that is one of my things. When somebody is suspect, I say shady palm tree. I don't have palm trees in Massachusetts, but I wish I did so I could use it more. Okay? Let's go here. Let me mute myself. one quick thing. I haven't really been looking at the chat while I've been talking, but I'm going to run back and look at it now. So I'm sorry if you think I'm ignoring you.
Fine, Gabby, can you talk about what's going on right now? We hear that there's a search happening.
Right. Well, we know late last night, the family for the first time interacted with our officers, telling us that now they have not seen Brian since Tuesday. Acting on that information, we're currently looking in his, what they say is his last known whereabouts, which was potentially entering through the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, entering into the Carlton Reserve, which is 25,000 acres to our north.
What is our hope at this point in time? It sounds like you have officers on the ground right now. What is going on at that location? Are you just doing a search for him?
Right. Trying to see if he's out there. If we can get a scent, and if we can locate him anywhere.
What are you asking? Because I know that there's been searches across the country, but now we're looking for Brian. What are you asking residents of Northport, possibly even Sarasota County and the surrounding areas to do if they've seen him?
Well, with this new information from the family, certainly if anybody has seen him out in that area potentially or anywhere in the last 4 days, we'd certainly like to hear from you. So we got that, but remember, I mean, Brian was not going to speak with us. He would not speak with us. So knowing that, we weren't dedicating a whole lot of resources to following around someone who is not wanted on a crime.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there for a second, okay? I started thinking about this today. Okay, knowing that Brian wasn't going to talk to us, we weren't going to dedicate all these resources, knowing he wasn't going to help us with this crime, right? So they keep like downplaying this whole Brian thing. Like, yeah, well, we didn't watch him because of this reason. Okay, somebody tell me why, right? They didn't keep an eye on him. Now they got helicopters, ATVs, drones, men, dogs, okay? All these resources right now are being pulled together to find him, right? But he's not that important, he's just a, we didn't need to watch him. I cannot believe the amount of manpower they have right now searching for this dude. So if he's so like not important and like he said last night, well, if we find him, we're just gonna bring him home anyways. Okay, then why are you investing all of this manpower? I'm sorry, but when the average day person goes missing, nobody would send out drones, come on, really? I just can't believe the amount of manpower. Like, yo, if you had kept an eye on the house, like you probably should have done, right? Then you wouldn't have to invest all these resources on taxpayer dollar, by the way, for a dude who won't even help at your investigation. I mean, does he deserve help? Yes, every American does. Yup. He's still a person. Yup. He might be mentally unwell. Yup. I mean, come on, but let's see here. Jackson Lake is a long stretch of road that goes to the park where they were supposed to be. People need to check the water in any historical cabins. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I also see this a lot too. I see people say a lot, why are they making such a big deal about Gabby? Like, if it were an Indigenous woman, nobody would care. And like all this stuff too, like this national attention. But you've got to remember something too, right? This story is so huge because it affects so many states, right? You got to think about it. Like, this isn't just a one state or one location deal. These people traveled through many states, right? On what's the word I'm looking for? Parkland. They have their own kind of police. The FBI are involved because of that reason. And, we have all of this going on because there's so many states and there's so many possibilities if you think about it, right? And you got to remember, allegedly, Brian drove home from there to Florida. So think about all the states he passed through to get home. So you gotta understand, like, this isn't just a one state deal like it normally is, okay? Because normally that's what happens. This is not a normal case. There's so many more. Like, they gave a list today, one of the blogs I read, and I just could not believe the amount of law enforcement that is dedicated to finding this. Thank you for becoming a member, Mama T. I appreciate it. I mean, just here for the tea, sorry. Just here for the tea, not Mama T. Are you guys related? I'm just kidding. All right, let's continue playing this, okay? Because it gets a little bit more interesting here.
Our focus was finding Gabby. So that's what we've been doing. And we have to keep that in mind that, while we're looking for Brian, obviously, who might have some answers in this case, our focus is trying to find her and any information from anyone to help us do that. Currently, there are some ground searches, to my understanding, that will be on their way this morning in Wyoming. And we'll see where that leads us as well.
Can you talk about what was the family's final moment that they decided to come and talk to Northport officers last night?
Well, apparently they are concerned for the well-being of their son. So he is a Northport resident. They are Northport residents. It's our responsibility to do everything in our power to locate him.
Can you talk about when was the last time that Northport police, we know that he is at this point in time just a person of interest in a missing persons case, but when was the last time that Northport police believed that he was in the area?
Well, we 100% believe that he was in that home.
We 100%, thank you allegedly for becoming a member. I appreciate that. We 100% believe he was in that home, okay? 100%. That's a pretty high percentage, okay?
That was the information that we had.
That was the information that we had. Okay, so where did you get this information? Did you get it from a license plate that drove into Florida? Because if so, then you don't know that it's Brian, right? I have been asking this since like day one. How do we know that Brian really legitimately came back, right? And you got to remember too, his sister, Cassandra, had an interview. And I double checked it again today to make sure I was quoting it right last night. And yes, she did say, I haven't seen him since he got back, which made me think, now listen up, okay? When I rewatched that video to make sure I had it right, what she was saying, right? And it is, since he came back, okay? Why did his sister all of a sudden want to talk, right? Was this a plan? Thank you, Lauren Elizabeth, for becoming a member. Was this a plan put out by the Dirty Laundrie family, right? Like, hey, Cassandra, would you mind going to talk to the media and tell them that you actually saw Brian when he came back? Just saying. It's all a little suspect. Nobody in the family wants to talk. Then all of a sudden, one day, thank you, allegedly. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Sweet. Thank you. So I don't get it, you guys. Do you think it's a little, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. Kristen Chase, thank you very much. So is it a little weird? I mean, let's think about this, right? He goes missing on Tuesday, right? Hold on. Let me see what day his sister spoke here, because that's kind of annoying me, right? Was it the day before? Was it Wednesday? It was, correct me if I'm wrong. I guess I didn't write this down yet. I thought I did. Thought I wrote down. I believe, thank you, Brown Eyes Girl, for becoming a member. Brown Eyes Gal. Thank you very much for becoming a member. So so dude leaves on Tuesday, right? With backpack, okay? Wednesday, the sister talks to the media for the first time, even though nobody in the family wants to talk. That's a little weird, right? That's a little out of left field. If your lawyer is instructing your family to not talk, and you can't talk, nobody can talk, why all of a sudden, the day after he goes missing, the day after he leaves with a backpack, okay? The very next day, his sister goes on Good Morning America and is like, yeah, I haven't seen him since he got back. Do you guys think that's weird? Does anyone else think that's weird? Something's not right about that. I'm telling you. Just saying. That's a little suspicious. So let's see here. Let's keep going with this video, okay? Because it asks, like, does Brian have a gun? He says, I can't speak to that, which is interesting too. All right, I'm going to mute myself. Here we go.
Again, this is not a suspect in a crime, has not been. Northport Police Department took over this case as the lead agency on Tuesday. We're working along with the FBI. I think a lot of people think apparently that we should, be following him around everywhere he goes. Well, that's just not the way it works in a missing person case where someone is not currently a suspect in a crime.
Can you talk about, did the family give anything of substance that could possibly help in finding either Gabby or Brian?
What I know is that they did not share any information about Gabby.
So, hold on a second here. Now it's like he's downplaying it. Like, oh, he's just a subject of a crime. Like, why would we keep an eye on him? Why would you keep an eye on him? I don't know. Maybe because you should watch his movements because he won't talk, and that's the only other option you have, right? A lot of times, police will watch people's movements. You got to remember, nobody was talking. They knew he wasn't going to speak, right? So the next option, I'm not law enforcement. I'm just a little old me here, my little old YouTube channel, right? But you think the next option will be, all right, well, let's keep eyes on him. Let's keep eyes on him because a lot of times, as we all know, criminals go back to the scene. They do things that are very, very predictable, right? So like I said, I ain't nobody, but you think they would keep eyes on him because now look at all the resources they have out. It's really frustrating. All right, let's continue here.
Or that situation, or what Brian shared with them about that situation. Their focus with their attorney on the phone was information to us to help us locate their son.
And then just one more time, because I think we're up live. Can you just talk about the latest development, what Northport officers are doing right now and why?
Right now, the Northport Police Department, along with nearby agencies and the FBI, are out currently looking on the Carlton Reserve here in Sarasota County. It's about 25,000 acres to our north. There's also thousands of other acres attached to it. But the trailhead here in Northport leading to that is the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. So right now, there's officers on foot, on ATV, dogs, looking for any sign of Brian.
Did his parents say, is that a place that he would frequent?
They believe that that's where he went. That's what they've told us.
Anything else that you'd like to say to anybody out there that could possibly help in this investigation?
Sure. Call 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's what we're hoping people do that have any credible information. We get a lot of non-credible information. So please, if you really feel like you know something, let us know.
Anything else, Josh?
No, we're going to do whatever it takes to find answers here. We understand the public's frustration and want for answers here. We have them too. But we're doing everything we can within the law to get.
All right, guys. So, that's not the one with the gun. There is one where he said something about a gun. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think I have that video too. Hold up. Bear with me here for a second. Look at 981 in the chat. Hit that like button while you're here. While I'm looking up this next video, can we get some hashtags? Where is Gabby? Where is Gabby? Prayers for Gabby. Where is Gabby? Let's do that while we wait a second, if you don't mind. Okay. Actually, since I have it up, right? Since it's already up, might as well show this ridiculousness, okay? This is what you're looking at right now, okay? Since I already have it on the screen. This is aerial footage from the search for the the search for the running Brian. I don't even want to say missing. I just don't. I don't even want to say missing. Where is Gabby? Hashtag, where is Gabby? Look at this. This is Look at all the white vehicles, all the police energy resources, which should have been. You could have sent one guy to stare at the back door. Maybe we wouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. This is going to be the last time any girl goes on a road trip with a guy alone. Very well could be, right? He sound this guy, and you know, I think he's just incredibly frustrated because last night he was just like the Facebook comments. He got a little salty, right? I noticed today his tone has been a little bit more professional and calm. He probably didn't sleep last night because he probably is receiving a lot of, you know, backlash and stuff. But all right, let me look for this other video and shut up. Hold on. So I'm just gonna let you stare at the screen here for a second while I grab this other video.
All
right, you guys, hold on one second.
An opening to more than 25,000 acres that are over here into the Carlton Reserve. So obviously it's a vast area. Seems like that's nothing new in this case, but that's what's going on here. We got 5 different local agencies, including the FBI, helping us with it.
What is the hope that Brian is actually out here still, especially since the parents haven't seen him allegedly Tuesday?
We're hopeful. We're hopeful that he's out here. Certainly, we prepare for all different possibilities. But our goal is to locate him and bring him back to Northport.
What makes you think it's this area that he might be in?
His family says that this is a place that he frequents. They also believe that this is where he came. And again, this is according to them.
And does he like to hike in this area? Like, what does he do?
That's my understanding. That's what they've believed. They believe that he came out here on Tuesday.
And what exactly did they tell you about what happened on Tuesday? Was it in the evening? Like he walked out? Did he say anything to his parents?
He had his backpack. He said that this is where he was coming.
And did he say why?
Not that I'm.
Why they waited?
Not that I know.
Why did they wait?
All right, real quick here.
That's a great question.
I just find it weird. Like maybe I watch too many like body language videos or whatever. I'm a huge fan of the behavior panel. I don't know if you guys are into that, but that's definitely one of my favorite channels, right? So if you notice, right, like when he goes to say, yeah, that's what they told us he's here. Like he kind of like his tone goes from like yeah, like almost like he knows what he's saying is a lie. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. Like I'm no expert here, but I'm gonna play that part one more time. You tell me what you think, okay? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Not that I'm.
Why they waited?
Not that I know.
Why did they wait until yesterday to tell you that this?
That's a great question. He had his backpack. He said that this is where he was coming.
And did he say why?
Not that I'm.
Why they waited?
Not that I know.
Why did they wait until yesterday to tell you that this?
That's a great question. He said that this is where he was coming.
And did he say why?
He says where he's coming. I don't know. It's like you know how like Zach Galifianakis, he's like, who let the dog go? Who you know how he kind of like veers down at the end of his sentence, like he kind of deteriorates because he knows nobody's believing like what he's saying, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like it's kind of like he messed that up. I don't know. Let's continue going with this one. Then I'm gonna play the sister one. And we're going to continue to ask the question, why all of a sudden did the sister come out here and say the last time she saw him is when he came back? Weird. I think that they put her out there as like a plant, you know, as like a person who can actually vouch for seeing him kind of thing, right? And then they ask her, well, have you seen him since then? And she's like, well, no, I haven't been able to. Why haven't you been able to? Why not? Nobody even asked her, well, how come? Stupid, right? All right, here we go. Let's play the rest of this real quick.
Not that I'm.
Why they waited?
Not that I know.
Why did they wait until yesterday to tell you that this?
That's a great question. You know, we've obviously been trying to reach the family and them to get answers in this case since Saturday. The first time that we've had any in-depth full conversation with them was yesterday. Their attorney called and said the family is concerned about Brian's whereabouts. They would like to file a missing persons report.
Has the
They called you guys
federal agency,
yesterday.
has the federal agency aided in any way with regards to cell phone tracking?
Of course.
Does that bring you here along with what the parents say?
I do not believe that's what brought us here. I believe that we're acting. Some of that stuff takes time to get all of that. We've been working on that for basically where they've been for the last 3 weeks. So certainly over the last 12 hours, I don't know that we've been able to triangulate that, if you will. But we are certainly, at this point, we're going by their word. We're going by the family's word of where they think that he's at. We believe that his vehicle may have been here too.
And when the family said yesterday that he had been keeping missing since Tuesday, did they say that he was here yesterday? Or is this something they just told you guys today?
They said the last time they saw him is when he came here.
You mentioned this vehicle. What about the vehicle? Was the vehicle found on site?
It was not.
It was not. Where was the vehicle found?
It was at the Laundrie's home.
Okay, so this part here, he's like, where was the vehicle found? It was at the Laundrie's home, right? But now watch what happens next, right? Listen to what happens next. Now pay attention. Listen.
At their home.
Yes.
Well, you said that they thought that he was in his vehicle.
Right.
So, I mean, if it was at their house, why would they think that?
Is that nervous laughter? Huh? Is it? You said you thought he had his vehicle, but then you just said that the vehicle was in the driveway. Like, He's like, Like, I don't know, guys. Let me just rewind that little part again, okay? Let's rewind it one more time.
At the Laundrie's home.
At their home.
Yes. It was not.
It was not. Where?
Did they say that he was here yesterday? Or is this something they just told you guys today?
They said the last time they saw him is when he came here.
You mentioned this vehicle. What about the vehicle? Was the vehicle found on site?
It was not.
It was not. Where was the vehicle found?
It was at the Laundrie's home.
At their home.
Yes.
Well, you said that they thought that he was in his vehicle.
Right.
So, I mean, if it was at their house, why would they think that?
I mean, look, we're going by their word. We believe that vehicle did make its way from here back to that house.
Do we think his skills could maybe be more of a challenge since he's used to being outdoors and it's so rugged out here? Could he be deeply affected?
Yeah, I mean, these are people that were living off the grid in different areas. I don't know how frequently if he would come out here and do, day-long hikes or whatever. I mean, it's you could be out here for months if you wanted.
You've got the vehicle tracked here and then you found it back home. Is there any indication that there might be somebody aiding him in his attempts to evade?
Well, any indication?
Any indication
Yeah.
that maybe there'd be somebody else that
I mean, I
brought the car
think
back?
I know it's hard to hear the reporter, right? He says, is there any indication of somebody maybe aiding him in an escape? And then this guy, Josh, right? That's his name, Josh. He goes, I mean, yeah. Yeah, right? It's so suspect that all this happened. It's suspect Brian went missing on Tuesday. His parents didn't come home till Wednesday, right? Who drove? There were no cars in the driveway, so who drove Brian's car home? And how did Brian's car leave if nobody saw Brian leave? Hello? None of this makes sense, you guys. It doesn't make sense. You know? All right, let's continue.
You know, we have to go by what they're telling us at this point. Certainly, we are looking at, you know, to corroborate all of the information we've received.
And what day did the vehicle leave the house, and what day did it return? Was that all on Tuesday?
I believe it was Tuesday. I actually, as far as it coming here, I do not know the date that it was returned.
And what type of vehicle was it?
I believe, you know, we're getting into some things that I think are, I certainly have not had a conversation about what I can say and what I can't. But we know the answer to that.
With Can you tell us about the canines?
Thousands of acres and heavily wooded. What obstacles are you guys facing out here?
Well, you just named it, right? I mean, it's wooded, it's been wet, it's hot, but, you know, I mean, we have drones up, we have four-wheelers, you know, and we've got 50 people who are used to dealing with these types of elements. I mean, most of these folks are from Florida and know what it's like.
This sounds like something could probably solved a lot quicker if people would just talk to you. It seems like they're
Man, you got the good questions today.
Family, I guess.
Yeah.
Or if he's even watching, what would you say? I mean, like
sure. Well, I mean, this is where we're at. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, our job is, you know, Brian is a resident of this community. Brian was not a suspect in a crime. Brian was a person of interest and a missing person. You know, we're not following him everywhere he's going. You know, there's been some of that, you know, that conversation.
If it's no big deal, you know, just a person of interest, well, then why are you spending all this manpower looking for him? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because we need him in order to find Gabby. That's why you should have kept your eyes on him. Hello? Ugh. You know, you can't have it both ways, right? You can't have it both ways. Brian can't be nobody important. We can't pay attention to him, you know, whatever. And then let's send out the drones, the dogs, the ATVs, the men. Like, let's send out all the resources, the helicopters, you know?
Floating out there, and that's just not how it works.
Could you tell us how, for those that don't?
No, I can't tell you exactly how it always works, but you know, what I know is that, you know, were we trying to keep an eye out kind of where he's at so that when needed we could, you know, potentially reach him? Yes. But, you know, our focus was putting resources on trying to find Gabby. We knew that look, Brian wasn't willing to talk. That was abundantly clear. We were attempting. So we were putting our resources on trying to find Gabby. We knew we would deal with Brian eventually. But this is certainly a twist.
Is there any concern, especially since the parents withheld this information, that this could be just another decoy, maybe a way to throw you off for a little bit while he moves on?
Well, I'll leave that speculation to you guys.
I'll leave that speculation to you guys. In other words, yes. Yes.
You know, don't forget, I mean, you know, I don't know. I've never had a missing child in my life, but I think you get to, you know, a point of concern, whether that be a day, 2 days, 3 days. I think that depends on the individual and the circumstances. Remember, I mean, you know, Gabby's parents, it was a significant amount of time before they became concerned. You know, I can't fully answer.
And did the parents say anything about Gabby last night, or did they only want to talk about Brian?
That part kind of like annoyed me a little bit. He's like, well, it was a significant amount of time before Gabby's parents became concerned. Yeah, dude, because they thought she was on a cross-country road trip with no service. Like, you know, I don't know. I just, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, listen, I know this guy's probably tired. He's probably been through the ringer and back again. He's probably working his ass off. I can respect that. But like, he's made a few comments here and there that just don't jive with me. And like, hey, he doesn't need to drive with me. Who the hell am I? But all right, let's continue.
Their attorney was on the phone with us and, you know, was giving them counsel as we spoke. And all of the conversation was only about the whereabouts of Brian.
Is there any chance Gabby's with him?
No, I have no information that is.
So you mentioned
Even
earlier
likely.
today there was canines out there. They had some articles of clothing. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
so we've received a couple questions overnight about, there was some things taken out of the home yesterday during the, this missing person investigation, and those were articles of clothing for our canines to be able to get a scent.
And suppose that keep out asking, he was a person of interest, you want to talk to him, but he wouldn't communicate at all. I didn't want to talk to you guys at all. For those thinking, why not just arrest him or bring him in and force him to talk to you? Sort of, what's that?
We don't have a crime. We're looking for somebody. I mean, that's it. I mean, we can't go just pulling people in. He certainly has the Fifth Amendment not to speak. And we're respectful of that. We get it. We're frustrated. Just a couple more, please. I'm sure I could get here all day.
Fifth Amendment, right?
That's a technical question. I think that's accurate. When you go to the door and you say, "We'd like to," are you willing to speak with us about what's going on? And they say, "Here's the name and number for our attorney." I mean, I don't know if they actually said that, the physical words of that. But
Can you tell us the name of the attorney?
that's been widely publicized. I don't have
Any
that.
chance that the family thinks he's suicidal?
I don't know that I'm comfortable saying that. I think we can, anything's possible.
Can you speak to some of the tactics? I know there's canine units, different things that are going on. What you guys are using to search this
Sure.
area?
So we've got 5-6 different agencies that are out there. We've got 50 plus folks. We've had drones in the air. We've got bloodhounds, canines, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, certainly out there. It's very wet.
Who's leading the search?
We are working in conjunction with the FBI to lead this investigation.
We saw airboats being used earlier. Is that part of the investigation as well?
I have not heard the word airboat. It's possible. This canal that runs, is that where you saw them right here in this canal? Yeah. So what they did is they started the search kind of in the park area. Certainly most of you are not familiar with this park. It's about 200 acres. And then there's a bridge which crosses over into the Carlton, which is about 25,000 acres. So the initial focus was on the 200 acres here and then spreading out there.
Do you have an estimate of how long it would take to search the entire 2,500?
I do not, but you can imagine a long time.
What would you need for this to become a criminal investigation?
I think we would need official confirmation of a crime.
And would you classify this as a grid search?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
Folks
This is where
outside of
he
Florida,
entered.
can you describe the conditions that your teams are in right now? Will be in
It's muddy. It's wet. There are a few unpaved dirt roads that are out there, basically running along power lines. It's a place that people hike. There are mountain biking trails out there. The Myakkahatchee Creek runs from Myakka City, runs down basically into the city. It's also diverted along these man-made canals that are over here.
It's believed that he entered from here.
Correct.
Does Brian own a gun?
I cannot speak to that.
Is there any reason that people that live nearby or people that may be in the park would be concerned? Or what advice do you have for them?
Well, I mean, there's 50 law enforcement officers out here, so it's probably the safest place in Northport. I don't have any information that other people's lives are in danger.
Is the park closed to the public?
It is.
At the moment, do you believe Brian might be in danger?
Sure. I think that's fair to say. I mean, you have somebody, there's an enormous amount of pressure, I'm sure, on him to provide answers on what's going on here.
What was his emotional state when he left his parents' house?
I don't know. I don't. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Do you think we got everybody? I don't know.
All right, you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to find how to slow the chat down. I was looking for that. But what I want to show you next is, that's fun. That's weird. It used to be here, but I don't know where they moved the slow the chat button to, but I'll figure it out. But anyways, I want to show you something else now. Let's see here. I want to watch Brian's sister. Let's see. All right, here it is. This is Brian's sister, Cassandra, okay? Has anyone seen this kind of search for Gabby? You know, as far as aerial shots go of like the manpower and whatnot, no, not really, you know, not really. And that's kind of crazy, right? I do know that her stepfather is there. He's kind of like, you know, helping out, being in charge of it, whatnot. So I don't know. It's really frustrating that we don't see it. I think the whole point of like obviously finding Brian is to just try to get a hold of his. I don't know. He's not going to talk anyways. Like you said, they're just going to bring him home, right? But they already dropped the ball, man. It's like kind of too late at this point, you know. All right, here's Brian's sister. Now, like I said, my theory is this. I'm going to repeat it again for those of you who just came in. This is my theory. My theory is so Tuesday, allegedly, now this is, we're going by what Brian's parents said, okay? So keep that in mind. Tuesday, Brian leaves with a backpack, okay? Nobody finds that concerning. I don't know if they just let him go or whatever. He leaves with a backpack. Josh, the guy we just heard, won't say what kind of state he was in, probably because it wasn't good. Who knows, right? Who knows what the parents said? So that happens Tuesday. Wednesday, the parents come home, right? And they think, from what I heard, somebody else drove the Mustang. They drove the maroon truck, right? Because both of those vehicles were gone on Tuesday. They came back, right? And then we have, this is Wednesday now. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is Wednesday when Brian's sister all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, right? Left field, wants to talk to the media. After the entire family says, no, we're not talking to the media. This one just comes out like, yeah, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. And she's like, I haven't seen Brian since he came back, right? And then Brian's parents report him missing yesterday. Like, it seems to me that they sent, this is my opinion, keep in mind, I don't know this to be true. I am a commentary channel, yada, 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 right? I think that they sent his sister out here to let everybody know, or to plant that seed, you know, like planting seeds, to plant the seed of, I laid eyes on Brian. I saw him when he came back, right? My opinion. Let's listen.
Tonight, the interview that is raising questions and raising eyebrows in the case of a missing young woman from Long Island. Gabby Petito, on a cross-country trip with her boyfriend, disappeared last month. The fiancé and his parents are clamming up, but his sister is speaking to cops and the FBI and speaking out in an interview with ABC News. Long Island reporter Kristen Thorne live in the Suffolk County hamlet of East Islip with the story and details. Kristen.
Bill, the last time we were able to speak on camera with Brian Laundrie's attorney here in East Islip was 2 days ago. We have not been able to speak with him since. Police say at this point they do not believe that there is any criminality involved in Gabby Petito's disappearance. And Cassie Laundrie, who we spoke exclusively with here at ABC, says she has told police everything she knows. In an exclusive interview with ABC, Cassie Laundrie says she hasn't spoken to her brother since he returned to their parents' home in Florida.
I haven't been able to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him.
Laundrie says she's told police everything she knows about her brother, Brian Laundrie, and his fiancée, Gabby Petito, and their cross-country road trip.
I've cooperated every way that I can. I wish I had information or I would give more. This is all I have is I gave to the police.
Petito's father says he isn't sure Cassie Laundrie is being fully transparent, given the fact that her parents and her brother haven't said one word to police.
I'm hoping that the pleas and the begging and the community and the, entire damn planet knock some sense into her where she's like, I gotta speak.
Police in Northport, Florida, where the Suffolk County natives had been living with Laundrie's parents, are continuing to put pressure on the Laundrie family today by doing more media appearances. But the family doesn't seem to be budging. Neither does Brian Laundrie, who is in a known location to investigators in Florida. Police say they're still processing whatever they found in the couple's camper van. Laundrie and the van were in Florida for more than a week before anyone even knew Petito was missing.
We've been able to definitely get some material out of that van. We are certainly not at the point of revealing some of that was.
Cassie Laundrie told ABC it was not uncommon for her brother and Petito to fight. Yesterday, police in Utah released body cam video of their response to a 911 call for an argument between the two near Arches National Park in Moab.
What's going on? How come you're crying?
I'm just crying. We've just been fighting this morning. Some personal issues.
Laundrie had scratches all over his upper body. Petito was determined to be the primary aggressor. Cassie Laundrie says in her mind, none of that matters.
Me and my family want Gabby to be found safe. She's like a sister, and my children love her. And all I want is for her to come home safe and sound, and this to be just a big misunderstanding.
Petito is believed to be missing in Wyoming.
Okay, well, that interview kind of sucked because they didn't play the whole thing. So give me a second here. They didn't play the whole interview. Wait a minute. Let me find a better one because that one kind of was no good, right? Here we go. Oh, while I have this up, actually, let's talk about this video. This is the video that's been making its round on Twitter, right? This is the one that's supposedly supposed to be Brian while he was quote unquote, escaping or whatever. Let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, let me make it a little bigger. Hold on. All right, I'm going to mute myself so I can play it. Here we go.
So this is a photo of what some neighbors saw this gentleman walking down Ulster, leaving from the back of the property, which is. So this is a photo of what some neighbors saw this gentleman walking down Ulster, leaving from the back of the property, which is. So this is a photo of what some neighbors saw this gentleman walking down Ulster, leaving from the back of the property, which is. So this is.
All right, so it's kind of a bad picture, right? It is. But the interesting part, at least I think with iPhones, now I'm an Android person, okay? But at the top of that photo where the white part is, right, there should be a date and time kind of thing. The date and time is huge, right? Because if it's hard to see, and I wish there was a more clear-cut picture, right? But the date and time would be key, okay? And geotag, right? I did look at the Ulster Street, she said. It is literally the street right behind Brian Street. Now, I heard a lot of people saying, like, that's not Brian. He doesn't have a tattoo. That's not a tattoo. That is an ace bandage. He's got no shoes on. Here's what I think is a possibility, right? Here's what I think is a possibility. I think it is Brian, right? I personally believe it is Brian, but I don't think it was this past week. What I think is somebody saw him walking down the street at some time or another and was like, yo, look at this dude. He has no shoes on. Who walks down the street with no shoes, right? And what they might have did is they might have stuck their phone out their car window and taken a picture off for their Snapchat or something to send to their friend, right? Like, oh, peep this dude with no shoes, and like save the photo. And now that all this is happening, maybe they're like, oh, I saw him walking. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know with things like this. I think it is him. I think it looks like his big ass head. I think it looks like him. I mean, how many people walk around with no shoes? I just don't know when it was taken, right? Like, you guys are saying it has flip-flops. I don't know. I did zoom in and I couldn't really see any flip-flops, but let me try it again. Hold on. This is like so grainy and the quality is so crappy. Let me see.
This is a photo
It's hard to see on this.
of what some neighbors.
I'm trying to catch it like in the perfect spot. I don't see it. Let's see. It's not letting me zoom in on Twitter. I don't know why, but
So this gentleman walking down Ulster, leaving from the back of the property.
Yeah, personally, I can't really see it, but it's probably because I'm on my laptop. Later on, I'll definitely try to zoom in better on it, right? He is wearing the Yeezy Invisibles. Every time I see this person, yo, drunk uncle, right? We all have a drunk uncle. Here's mine, right? No, I'm just kidding. I wish you were my drunk uncle because you come across with some funny comments. He's wearing the Yeezy Invisibles. Yeah, the $3,000 Yeezy Invisibles. You haven't copped those yet? Come on, get yourself some Yeezy Invisibles. And guys, I'm trying to slow the chat down, but like it's just not working out in my favor here. I see the button, but it won't let me save the changes. I don't know why. That's kind of weird, right? All right, so I think I found a better. Nope, is this the better one? Only of the sister? On 87. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to find a better interview with the sister. That has the whole thing, you know, not just a part of it. I don't know why somebody would only play a little piece. It's not that long anyways, but let's see. Give me 1 second here. And the thing is, too, like a lot of these channels, if I keep playing them, someone's going to copyright me, right? Because that's how they are. They're stingy ass freaking, that's my video. Even though it's a missing person case and you think they'd want to share anything they could, right? Yeah, not really. Because they're greedy, right? All right, so let's share a different screen here. Let's see. Is this it right here? Let's see. Ay. All right, so I'm going to look for a better one. All right, so let's see. I'll type in Brian. All right, I already did. That's the one I just played. That one sucks. I want the video of just her speaking. Where is it? Let's give this one a try. Whatever. Let's try this.
Brian Laundrie's sister says it was typical for her brother and his girlfriend Gabby Petito to fight and then take a break from each other. Cassie Laundrie broke her family's silence on Petito's mysterious disappearance in a Morning America. Asked about the police body cam footage of officers, they got into a fight in Utah on August 12.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Okay, the last one I just clicked was literally like another language. So I'm just going to go to the Good Morning America website and see if I can bring it up through there, okay? Because I just want the whole interview. I don't know why that's so hard to come by. Maybe Good Morning America is striking channels. That's the only thing I can come up with. I don't think I even want to play it, to be honest with you, because the fact it's not on YouTube is really weird. Really weird. So anyways, what I'll do after is I'll link it in the chat because I want you to hear what Brian's sister says. Her literal direct quote is, haven't seen him since he came back. I haven't been able to see him, which is so shady, right? Like I said, if you're just joining us, I think that they sent her out there to say that. So what I'm going to do right now is because I'm not even gonna play that video. I have a feeling people are getting struck because it's literally gone. On the other day, there was a lot of them. There were videos of her everywhere. Now the only ones up are kind of like computer animated voices. Channels that have computer animated voices, like, come on, man. It's annoying. It's cheesy. It's annoying. Stupid. That's just my opinion. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link. Now, in order to come on, I do have to see you are a human person and not you know, I want to use the right word here. You're not a peen, okay? No peen dropping. I don't want to see any cleave. I don't want to see none of that, okay? So you don't have to show your face on my stream once I put you up. But while you're backstage, you need to give me a little human wave, something, if you want to come up. Because I want to hear some other people's like thoughts, opinions, things like that, right? About what you think. So if you would like to come on and, you know, bring up good points, or you want to talk about something, just let me know, okay? You are more than welcome to. Until then, let's check for any updates. That's what I can do right now. But at this point, you're right. I want to type in, somebody else said this earlier. They said, okay, so we see how many people are searching for Brian. Where's the search for Gabby, right? So let's check on the search for Gabby, because that's why we're all here, you know? The point of why I came on is, you know, I just think the whole Brian thing, the family thing, is just really shady, and it's so obvious. And I think that even Josh, the spokesperson, knows it's shady. He just can't say it, you know? It's written all over him. But all right, let's check. Okay. Let's check this one here. I'm going to read it to you. Story time with AZ. Okay. All right, so nope, not the New York Post. We are not ever going to look at the New York Post. Oh, we have somebody here. Okay, I see you waving. You can shut your camera off if you want, or you can leave it on, either or, okay? Here we go. Hello, Noelle. How are you?
Hello, my friend.
What's going on?
So I think when she said, when the sister said, I haven't been able to see him,
right?
I think that the parents were saying he's here, but he's not wanting to see anybody. And I think she's suspicious. And that's why she said, I haven't been able to see him.
So do you think that maybe she's really innocent in all this, and she really hasn't seen him, and maybe she's not like a plant for the family kind of thing going on in the public, being like, well, I saw him when he came back, you know? Because if she saw him when he came back, what would it really matter now, you know? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I actually think that this woman, the sister, I think she really hasn't seen him, but I think that the parents are the one. So this is the thing, you know, as a parent, you'll do whatever you have to do to protect your kids. Like we all like to think, oh, if it's my kid, I wouldn't do that. But like, really, I mean, you want to think you do the right thing, but then when it comes down to it, would you do the right thing? I don't know. Like, I want to say yes. If my son was a total asshole, of course I would do the right thing and I would, you know, send him to the police. But then you're like, but what if it was the rest of his life? And what if the kid came to you and said, I did this really bad thing and now my whole life is ruined? I don't know.
Yep. No, I mean, you're right. And like I said last night, like, we don't know. It's so easy to sit back and say that, right? Because it makes complete sense. And everybody, all the comments you read, they're like, can't believe they're doing this. But like, you don't know what you would do. Just like Fauci's mom, right? In the Tristan Bailey case. Literally.
True. Yeah.
I still can't believe that. I can't believe she's caught in her own home. I mean, think about how 2021 that is, right? Caught in your own home, on camera, rinsing blood out of your son's jeans, right? Like in her own home. Like, what? You know?
Yeah.
So everybody kind of gave her a hard time too. But you did have some people like, well, you know, it's her son. Like, exactly. Lifetime is a pretty long time. There's nothing longer than a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know?
I keep running it over in my head over and over again. Like, if my kid came home, I mean, who knows? I mean, I wonder, this is the thing, is like, I wonder what the parents saw in the house when she was living with them. Like, how guilty are they? Did they see abuse going on back and forth between them? Did they only see them being, lovey-dovey? Like, what exactly did they see? And then it's like, if they saw their son being a jerk, and then they're protecting him now, that's just that's sleazy.
Yep.
You know what
Well,
I
we
mean?
heard. I
But
know.
but did they see her abusing him? Like, were they abusing each other? Like, there's just so much to know and so much we don't know. And like, it's just, I'm finding it very hard to judge the parents. Like, I find it easier to judge the kid than I
Yeah.
do to judge the parents.
Can you think about how his parents must have felt last night, having to call the same people they wouldn't help for help?
Yeah.
That must have been like, that must
I
have
don't
been
know.
really awkward.
I mean, how do you face the rest of your life? Like, I don't know. And how do you face those other parents? Can you imagine being Gabby's parents? I just can't even.
No, I cannot. And especially, obviously, both of them, but her dad literally just moved to Florida to be
Mhm.
closer to her and didn't even get to enjoy being in the same state as her. Like, I
I
feel
know.
so bad. I feel
It's the
so bad.
worst nightmare. Losing your kid. I mean, I can't think of anything worse. And well, no, I can think of something worse. Not knowing what's happened to your child.
Exactly. Yep, losing your child is one thing, but not knowing why, who, what, when, where, how is even worse. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the greatest form of torture, literally. Like, there's nothing worse that I can think of than something happening to my child and not knowing why, like how, where. Like, I just can't imagine that pain that they're carrying. And last night it broke my heart just reading Joe Petito's tweet that said, "Hi world, I'm Joe Petito. I'm Gabby's dad. Like, I could really use your help." Like, it just really hits you in the heart. Like, it's horrible. And yeah, there's a lot of missing people out there. And yeah, I wish we could help them all. But we need to remember, this is so huge. Everybody wants to say, oh, it's because she has blonde hair and blue eyes. But this is a multi-state investigation. It's getting a lot of publicity. I think a lot of it has to do with that too. It's not just because of that. I mean, I follow cases and got obsessed with them. People like Braylon Noble. Like, Braylon Noble still doesn't have any answers, and people don't talk about him. Like, Braylon Noble was like probably one of my first true crime cases, other than Chris Watts, So it just depends on the circumstance. But I have a hard time following children ones anyways. Like Summer Wells, I can't do it. I can't follow Summer Wells. I have a 5-year-old little girl. It keeps me up at night. It makes me physically sick. So I just can't imagine.
I don't know. I mean, and the thing is, I know everyone's saying, yeah, because she's blonde hair and blue-eyed. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think you're right. When you get multiple states and multiple agencies in on an investigation, I just don't see how it couldn't. And also with her being, a YouTuber, there's that factor too. I mean, there's a lot that plays into it. And I think also another thing that plays into it is because this whole movement, like, tiny living movement and the nomadic movement, that's so popular right now. I think that plays into it as well, because it makes it kind of more of a, I don't want to use the word sexy, but like a more attractive story to the media, because there's that aspect as well. Because I don't think that I honestly don't think that right now with the media the way it is, anything, well, I guess it's always been that way. Whatever's popular is gonna take center stage, and I think that plays a part too.
Yeah, the whole van life movement is super huge. I mean, even when I first saw the first van life video like a year ago, I was like, this is so cool. I like got hooked instantly. I was like, I need to watch more van life videos. I want to get a like. You start convincing yourself, because who doesn't want to go? Who doesn't want to go?
I'm living in a bus next week. I mean, this is big. To be honest, I went and looked at tiny homes like, a year ago. I'm like, this is going to be the best thing ever, until I actually got into one. And then I changed my mind. But I mean, that's not part of the story. But I think it does have something to do. I think all the interagencies, all the states getting together, and I think her being a YouTuber, and then, why she was a YouTuber. I don't know. I just feel so bad for these these parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That, I mean, that's all I had to say. I know I'm sure there's someone else who wants to jump on, but
Actually, nobody else has bebopped in here. So, but Noelle, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you calling in, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon on IG.
all right. I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was Noelle. She's pretty cool. She brought up some really good points. It's hard to say what you would do as a parent, right? It's really easy to sit back and say. It's really easy to sit back and say, I would turn my kid and I would drive them to the police station. You know what I mean? If bebop on into the chat. I've been saying that a lot lately. I don't know why. How do I call in? Well, Alicia, you click on the StreamYard link, right? And then it will ask you if you want to show your face or not. You don't have to until you're backstage, and you make up a name. You can make up any name you want, and then you sit backstage until I let you on the screen. It's pretty simple. It's very straightforward. The instructions are easy. Hi, Maria. Maria, before I put you on the screen, can you just give me a little wave if you don't mind? I'll tell you before I throw you up on the screen, though. Maria. Mario, I'm sorry. I'm over here saying Maria, but it's Mario. You still there, bud? Okay. Maybe All right, whatever here. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Mario.
Hey,
What's going on?
what part of Boston are you from?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah. Was you in Southie?
I'm south of Boston. Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
not
cool.
in Boston. I'm south of Boston, but yeah. It's not obvious though, huh?
That's all I wanted to know. You have yourself a nice day.
Okay, Mario. Thanks for calling. Okay. That's so funny. I forget that I have an accent sometimes, you guys. I really do, compared to everybody else. But you guys have an accent to me, right? Like LB. A lot of like everybody talks different than me. It's so funny, right? All right, so I'm gonna drop the link again here. I was calling him Maria instead of Mario. Whoopsie. All right, let's read some comments. If Brian wants to lawyer up, fine, but knowing what happened to Gabby and saying nothing is unforgivable. Unforgivable. I agree. You know, nothing worse than that. You're south of Boston too, Brown Eyes Gal. You are? No way. So cool. Anyway, so do you guys think they're going to find Brian or not? Because I feel like this is a wild goose chase. He's probably in the opposite direction. I don't even know if I believe it. Hi, Alicia. Can you just like give me a wave first, please, so you're not a peen or something? I see you. Okay. Hi, Alicia.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Hey. So my quick question was about the cell phones.
Okay.
And I'm going to go off because I saw Nancy Grace say this, so I'm not going to take credit. But like, you know, when we text like, you know, your mother, not your daughter because she's 5 years old, but your loved ones, your significant other, they know the difference with semantics, emojis, you know, evacular, lexicon kind of verbiage. Can they get to the cell phone and kind of see the last texts that Gabby sent her mom and say, this was Gabby? Because I know for my mom, if I were just to say like, I love you, no service, that'd be a red flag right off the bat.
Right. That's a really great question. From what I understand, they have not recovered her cell phone, right? And also from what I understand, with that being said, even though they don't have the actual cell phone, what they did do is they put in the request for, you know, the phone data from the cell phone companies. And I believe they said either yesterday or the day before, like that takes time, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not something they can get overnight, unfortunately. But they have put in like the request for that information. So hopefully they'll get it sooner rather than later. But you're absolutely right. Like, you know, very short to the point messages like that, when Gabby seems to come across as like a long-winded talker, like I can totally see why that's cause for concern. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my only comment, and I just, hope they find Brian, because it's just kind of interesting for me. There's so many questions, and I don't usually get into these cases since Natalie Holloway, but
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you for calling in, Alicia. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Cheese. Cheese on the stream. Hello, Cheese. Hi, Cheese.
Hey.
What's going
Can
on?
you hear me? Hi,
I can
how
hear
are
you.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I was just going to say, I guess before I say anything, I was just going to say, obviously we want her found alive.
Absolutely.
And obviously we want him found alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only way anything can really work.
Right.
But to me, I understand some of people's kind of far out theories and things, but it seems to be kind of straightforward a little bit, in that something happened, they had a squabble. Who knows how they got separated from each other at some point, and whether, I guess, is it okay to say if he did something to her? So if he did something to her, it seems like, I don't get murder vibes from him. I get if people want to say he's quirky and those things, but it seems like something might have happened, and he freaks out, he leaves, he goes back, and now he's on the run. It seems pretty straightforward to me a little bit. Does that?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, right? But the only thing with that, Cheese, is like this, right? I mean, if it was like some kind of freak accident and, or whatever, everybody is just like, okay, well, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Because the way I look at it is like innocent people, or people who aren't concerned, like, don't run and get a lawyer and stay quiet, So I think that's the only thing that we can't let go of, right? Like, you might be right.
No question.
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe that is what happened. Maybe he really didn't hurt her. I mean, you never know, but like, you can't help but go, okay, well, you're not talking, so put two and two together. I mean, it's bad enough that usually in cases like this, people are usually, unfortunately, hurt by their significant others, like the number one suspect. And that's what his lawyer even said, right? His lawyer was like, look, we know that he's going to get, basically the heat for this. So that's basically why he's staying quiet. Now, maybe you're right. Maybe he really is staying quiet because something bad didn't happen. Like, he didn't do the bad thing,
Oh, I wouldn't assume that quite as much. I would assume he's clearly looking guilty, where it could have been a shoving match where she falls and hits her head.
Right.
Something simple. It just seems to me, even after listening to just about every fact possible out there, and thanks for letting me call in. I see some of the conspiracy ones, or some of the more elaborate, but it seems fairly kind of straightforward. There's no way it's a hoax. They're not that clever.
I don't think it's a hoax either.
But he's serious. Something happened. He ran, and he's still running, and hopefully they find him. People do have rights. I'm not defending him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending one thing at all, whatsoever. But he wasn't a suspect. No crimes. Still no crime. Even the police and the FBI are saying there's still no crime that they could charge him with. And so everybody did on Monday or Tuesday think, why don't you keep an eye on this Yahoo? But people do have rights. And unfortunately, he did make his way out, and now he is who knows where, and whether he does have a gun or not. So that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, all right.
I was kind of a little bit more the balanced side of it, a little bit.
No, I mean, we have to look at all possibilities, right? So I appreciate your perspective. I mean, it was different, and it's good to think outside the box the box that everyone else is thinking in, So I appreciate it, Cheese. Thank you.
What would you say the box is that everybody else is in? I'm really called in because I'm more curious what other people think, what their theories.
Okay, so the vast majority, right? The vast majority are like, he definitely, killed her and left somewhere, right?
Like he did what? He
On
strangled her?
purpose, like on purpose, right? Which is kind
Yeah,
of
he strangled her and murdered her on some level.
right.
In a
He
fit of rage?
intentionally, huh?
In a fit of rage?
Yes, fit of rage. Yeah,
Okay.
passion, fit of
Sure.
rage kind of thing is the vast
Sure.
majority I've been reading in the Facebook groups, like a moment of passion, fit of rage kind of thing. Because we do know too, that her best friend spoke out last night or yesterday and was like, he was very possessive. He wouldn't let her go out dancing with me. He took her keys. He took her ID. So like, I think that even ignited it even more, right?
Yeah, so some of his past behaviors and those things. Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Call in again sometime. All right, Cheese.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hang up on you. I think you were going to say I appreciate it. No problem. All right. So next we have Shayna. Okay. And then it's going to be Sam. So Shayna and then Sam. Here we go. Hello, Shayna.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I just wanted to say, because I heard you and Noelle saying it is not because she is blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of differ from that. And it's sad to say, but I feel like overall, as human beings, we tend to gravitate more towards people who are like more innocent looking, who are just more helpless looking, and like blonde hair, blue eyes just gives like very innocent, kind of harmless girl, you know. Based on movies, it's not just like we want to think that, but based on just movies and how society has like portrayed the blonde hair, blue eye girl is normally like the ditzy one, you know. So I feel like naturally, even without us wanting to do it, I feel like we do um, feel more for based on how the person looks. And even when I watch shows like true crime shows, and if there's like a group of missing girls, even when the detectives are trying to put out a picture that's going to get the public's attention, I feel like in the shows, they always try to look for the more innocent looking girl, or the girl that has that look that's going to get the public to really like get on it. So I feel like the way she looks has something to do with the attention that it's getting, and also with the when the police stopped them, and just how she was OCD and she was kind of overwhelmed. That makes you feel for her more too. And I feel like that causes people, because for me, like just how she was reacting, like I feel like she was more so like a victim in like a narcissistic relationship. And I just fell for her. And then that made me want to follow the case more. So I feel like
Right.
her look and just like the police stop made people jump on it more.
Right. So, I mean, I have to agree with you on the fact that like she seems kind of innocent. She's young. She does seem a little like helpless, like a young person.
Yeah.
I do. But so what role do you think that her being van life and her documenting her experience and being in multi states, like, do you think that also plays a role in it, or do you think
I do.
that
Yeah, I do think that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I enjoy listening to everybody's perspective, and sometimes we think outside the box, and you just made us do that, Shayna. So thank you for your perspective. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, that's it. Just wanted to give a different perspective on it. And it's really sad, but
It is really sad.
I
Yeah,
hope she's found.
yeah, I know. Either way, she has to come home, right?
So sad.
I know. All right, Sheena. Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate your perspective.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. So next we have Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so happy you're doing coverage of this because I've been all over this case.
Awesome. I'm glad because so have I mean, like yesterday, I spent so much time listening to podcasts and reading things. It just, I was like, what am I doing? Like, it literally all day.
Yeah, I've gotten nothing done. I've been down the rabbit hole. I've just been building a timeline. But what I want to say is I think there's something suspicious with not only the family, but the dad.
The real dad, the biological dad?
Of Brian. Or
Oh,
whoever, yeah. Because the whole fact that, this whole storage unit he helped Brian with, and then the whole disappearing of the Mustang, and now it's back. So, and then also, he's been missing since Tuesday. So I kind of am starting to think, I don't know, maybe if he's in on this or I don't know. It just seems very, very suspicious.
Right. That whole timeline of the whole storage unit thing is so weird, isn't it? Like, who leaves their road trip to go home for a week to take care of a storage situation?
Exactly. And the other thing too is, was he giving him money? Because he didn't have money and had to have safe haven when that whole police altercation happened. But then he had $200 for that hitchhiking episode, if that's true. So it just kind of makes you start thinking that maybe the parents are trying to help their son out to not get in trouble.
Yep. Because let's see here. He was gone for a week, right? And then he went back to the hotel because she stayed at a hotel, or so they say, right? But here's the thing that makes me to question that, right? Because okay, so he left for a week, right? This is what changed my mind on this. Excuse me, it's a little complicated. So he left for a week. He came back. He met her at the hotel when they came back. According to authorities, and the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. According to authorities, they're seen, right? They haven't showed us, but I believe they said that they're seen on camera leaving that hotel, right? So when he came back, she was like still alive and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's basically how it went down. But so you got to think, like, if he left for a week, like, to get advice or to get lawyer up or get money or whatever, like, she was still alive when he came back, or so they say, because they have them on camera. Is that what you guys heard in the chat? Like, I believe that that's what happened, right? But it still doesn't make any sense. Like, why leave?
Or it's premeditated.
Could be. It could be. I'm under the impression it's like a moment of passion or rage kind of thing, but like it could be. It could be.
Right. So I don't know. I just wanted to comment on that, but thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So, did I see someone in the chat say thank you for calling, Sam. Did I see someone in the chat say that her stepfather is talking right now? I just tried to look for it real quick. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second. Actually, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick, and then when I come back, we'll try to play it, okay? So give me 1 second here, okay, guys? Okay, guys? I'm going to grab a drink quickly. All right, sorry about that, you guys. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna hop over on Twitter real quick and see. Yeah, does anybody know where they're interviewing him? Because that's what I want to look at, right? I'm hoping that on Twitter I can see a link or something. Okay, 1 minute ago. Here we go. Fox News. Let's see. Is this an article or a video? All right, I'm gonna play. I'm probably gonna get copyright strike, but whatever, dude. I'll just appeal it and win anyways. Okay. I'm gonna play this real quick. Give me 1 second. Thank you for waiting. Sorry about that, by the way. I usually don't stream for this long, ever. So, all right. I think I found it. Here we go. Let me add this to the stream.
Pizza or salad?
Oh,
Which one do you think I'm having?
I love the commercials.
Well,
Pizza.
It's not this. It's definitely not this rabbit food. Why? Because this is going to do nothing but leave me.
Outside, please. Yes, please. Good afternoon, Northport. If we could get everybody to kind of join us here on the lawn in the middle, and we can kind of get this evening started. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that has come out here tonight to support our community and our thoughts and prayers for Gabby and her safe return. And we also would like everyone to know that we will be placing the bows on this tree tonight as our community tree, once again, as a community, and everyone can start coming to our tree here and start paying tribute. I'd like to thank Joanne and Kiki for helping me with everything and getting everything going and keep it moving. So if everybody could just, keep Gabby in our hearts and in the light, please just keep coming to our community. Let's pray for our police department, our detectives, and what they're doing, and pray that we get some answers really soon in hopes of knowing where Gabby is and for her to come home. So once again, everyone, we'd love to thank you for coming tonight and supporting our community. And I have Pastor Kip here tonight that would like to say a prayer as well and thoughts.
Right. Thank you, Lisa. Sorry if you can't hear us too well with our little sound system that we have. But I was reminded of Jesus' thoughts on prayer. In Matthew 7, he told us this familiar passage that talked about ask, seek, and knock. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. And then he went on to explain something about how when we pray to God, he is like a father, a heavenly father to us. And many of us are parents, and we realize that the love that we have for our children is something that is beyond our imagination. It is a love that goes beyond reason. It is an unconditional love that nothing that this child will do could ever stop us from loving that child. And Jesus taught us to pray, if you, though you are human beings and you are limited in your understanding of love, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father grant you his goodness and his infinite wisdom and love as you pray to him. And then lastly, Jesus taught us to pray something that we know as the golden rule. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. Many of us don't realize that that's connected to this teaching on prayer. So we can essentially say, pray for others as you would have them pray for you. So Lord, here we are tonight as an expression of hope and trust in you. Lord, we cry out to you on behalf of our loved one who is missing. We anxiously and patiently await their safe return, or even to hear news of their whereabouts. Our trust is in you, O Lord. Even when every fiber of our being cries out for us to be anxious, we put our faith in you through obedient prayer instead. We know you are all-knowing, that you are all-powerful, and there is nothing too big for you. So instead of worrying, we pray. and we continue to pray until our loved one is returned and truth is revealed. Though we feel limited, even helpless, we know that you are not, and that brings us great comfort. Thank you for your promise to be with us always, that you would never leave us nor forsake us. Thank you for the strength you're providing for Gabby's family and friends, and for those who are thinking and praying for her tonight. We continue to put our trust in you, Lord, and in your mighty working of the power of the Holy Spirit, that she will be found.
And as he once said, too, that just because we leave here tonight, please keep her in our prayers, as well as the family. And come to the tree, pay tribute, let them know that we're thinking of her, and we want her home safe. As of right now, we do have a table over here with some bows. So if everybody'd like to come and take a bow and place on the tree and say a silent prayer, I greatly appreciate all of you coming out tonight and supporting Gabby in hopes that she can be home soon. Okay? Thank you all.
All right, I think I found the video you guys are talking about on Twitter. So let me bring that up, okay? Let's share the Twitter one. That was really sweet, right? So sweet. All right, so let me bring up the video I found of her dad. I think this was just brand new updated. So I hope that this is the one. Let's see here. Oh, what the heck? Derp. Hold on one second. I don't want to watch Trump talks Mueller. No. Didn't mean to hit that. That's not what I want to watch. Faux show. Where did it go now? No. Hold on. Ooh. I want to watch that, but that's not her father. Hold on. Freaking Trump had to come up, didn't he? You gotta ruin everything, Trump. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I freaking had it too. All right, let me write Gabby Petito's dad. That was how I found it last time. Oh, here it is. Okay. No, that's not it. That is not it. That's the one from yesterday. Hold on. Bear with me, you guys. Oh, this is it. Okay.
Any signs of any physical altercation. Could you glean anything from that video?
I'm going to break myself to watch the whole video, but that's me. All right. And I understand a lot of people have seen it and all that other stuff, but I get it.
Hey, Joe,
really what that does is I get it, but it distracts from my main focus right now. That video does nothing to help me find my daughter, because that was on August 12th. I last spoke to her on the 21st. So anytime after that, when Nikki spoke to her, anytime after that is where we're concentrating on. So that video is as whatever you want to call it, as it can be, distracts from everything that we're trying to do. We're trying to find Gabby. That video, we got contact after that. So to me, at this moment, that video doesn't mean as much as it is to her location.
Well, you asked the fundamental questions. Where'd you leave Gabby? Where'd you see her last? Nicole and Jim, let me ask you, have the police gone over that van with a fine-tooth comb?
I believe the police do. They have it in their possession. I believe they've done whatever they had to do with it. Again, we don't have a lot of information on the investigation itself. It's a very fluid, very moving investigation. Unfortunately, we wish they could divulge information to us, but they can't, and we understand why.
If anybody has any information, please contact the FBI. I want to say to all of you, I'm sincerely sorry. We're all praying for Gabby to get home safely. Hopefully he'll step up and give the information you need. More Hannity next. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
I was having an AZ moment. I found the video. I'm going to put it up. Sorry about that. Bear with me. I found it. Okay.
My gut tells me that something bad happened. And I'm never going to be able to hold my baby girl again. But my head tells me that if I focus on that, I'm not going to be able to do the job that needs to be done, that her boyfriend or fiance should be doing. He should be leading this charge. And instead, he's not.
And we appreciate Joseph Petito speaking with us during this difficult time for him and the family. Investigators say her last known location was in Wyoming. Her family says they last had contact with her via text, but yesterday, their family attorney says.
All right, so seemingly that happened on HLN, right? Looks like it by the looks of it. I'm just looking for a longer one, you guys. Oh, by the way, okay. So I wanted to mention this and I almost forgot. I'm going to end this in a second, actually. So, okay. Brian's sister, right? Brian's sister. Remember how she was like, yeah, I'm cooperating with authorities. I've been talking to the police. No, she hasn't. That's not what our homeboy Josh said, the spokesperson. He was like, no, she hasn't. That's news to me. So why make that up? Why say that? You know what I'm saying? Just definitely shifty. Yeah. So I don't know. Does anybody know exactly what interview this person was talking about? Because I'm having a hard time finding it here. I'm going to look one more time. I'm going to go to YouTube and look instead of the internet or Twitter and see if I can bring it up there, right? So I can't see the chat. I'm sorry. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. I hope everything's okay over there. All right, Gabby Petito's dad. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, let me put on the filter. I'll do the last hour, or well, we'll do last hour. That might help me bring it up quicker. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I cannot stand computer animated voices, you guys. When channels do that, it drives me nuts, right? It drives me nuts. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the interview unless it was that one, but have you guys heard about like the symbolism with the book and the author and stuff like that? What do you guys think of that? That's pretty crazy. He likes the author of a book. a book about a dude going on a cross-country road trip, right? A cross-country, I know you guys can't see me. I shut my camera off. A cross-country road trip to, you know, be a serial killer and stuff. That's pretty crazy, right? Yep. They caught him on a hammock, like reading that book or something like that. Something like that, right? Of course, these people in these Facebook groups, they will find any little thing to make a correlation to point to and be like, oh my God, what about this? Like I was talking about the stickers last night, right? The stickers, turn it back on. Okay, what am I turning back on though? The camera? Nah. So another thing, another conspiracy, right? The back of the van with the stickers. That was really weird. The people in the Facebook group are like, the van came back with 3 more stickers than in the police video, right? The body cam video, which is weird. Lots of weird things, man. And then the whole Puerto Rico thing. The Puerto Rico thing I'm talking about is yesterday, her, you know, whatever it's called, it's an app you can get that documents your trails, right? Your hiking trails. And it was changed to Puerto Rico yesterday. So everybody was wiling out about that, right? Did you see the picture someone took of Brian right before the cops showed up for search? No. Somebody took a picture of Brian? Oh, you're talking about the one where he escaped through the back door and it was him. See, we don't really know if that's him. Like, I think it looks like him, right? I really do. I think it looks just like him. It's a big bald head. It appears, in my opinion, to be somebody with no shoes on, but somebody was just saying that person does have shoes on, right? Somebody was just saying that person does have shoes on, and I don't know when that's from, right? But I don't know. I kind of believe it, but nobody has taken the story and run with it, so I don't know if it's true or not, you guys. I just don't know if it's true, you know? So I'm going to bring up the Twitter stream again here. We'll see if we can find anything worth watching, and then if not, we will, you know, let's watch this.
A lawyer for the Laundrie family said they are remaining in the background at this juncture and will have no further comment. A lawyer for Gabby's parents, Richard Stafford, saying,
please, if you or your family have any decency left, please tell us where Gabby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place. All we want is for Gabby to come home.
Petito's family last heard from her in late August.
I received a text on the 30th. That was the last communication I had.
Petito's parents believe she was last in the Grand Teton Yellowstone area of Wyoming. They reported her missing to Suffolk County, New York police on September 11th. According to the National Park Service, multiple law enforcement agencies are investigating Petito's disappearance. Meanwhile, the search continues for a vibrant young woman excited about living the van life.
I love the van. We've been lucky so far at all the places we've stayed, but I'd say this is one of the best so far.
Now, nowhere to be found.
Now, police say they currently are not working on getting a search warrant just yet, since they haven't determined if there was a crime that was committed in the first place. Again, still a missing persons case.
Do you guys want to watch the before I go here, do you want to watch a video from their YouTube channel called Nomadic Static? Let's take a look at that, because honestly, I haven't even really watched it. Like, I've been so interested in finding out like information and stuff that I haven't really spent much time watching their video, you know? So I just came across that. I'm gonna play that before we head out here, and let me bring that up. I like the name of their YouTube channel, I really do. I think it's really catchy. Nomadic Static. All right, so sad. Look at 30,700 subscribers. Wow, that's crazy, right? Let's see if they had any kind of if you go to discussion on the channel, there's 308 comments, right? That's so sad. All right, let's play the I only watched a piece of it. See?
Gabby Petito never goes outside.
Was it sunset?
Hello, and good morning. It is really nice and sunny today. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but it rained all afternoon yesterday.
Oh my god! The 10 is just coming in on me. The wind is so bad. Can I just say, like, this video is so well put together. Like, her whole editing style is really good. Like, for this being the first video, this is really good. Like, I don't think people realize, right, how much time and energy and effort goes into a video like this. Like, the music, there were, when, you know, now that I edit videos, like I notice little things like this, right? I notice like all of the how she had the movements on a little faster, like the transitions, everything about it. Like if this was her first video, she would have been really great at it. And you know, what a fake girl. Get out of here. Can you get rid of that person, please? Somebody. Are you kidding me? What a fake girl. Why are you gonna come in here and talk about a girl that's missing? Like, what is wrong with you people? Seriously. I like to let everybody voice their you know, their opinions and whatnot, but that's not even an opinion. That's just like a troll opinion, okay? Troll opinions, I could spot a troll opinion from a mile away, okay? You know, you can't my days of trolling, I've trolled in my days, okay? I know a troll when I see one. Takes one to know one. Get out of here with that nonsense. Literally looking for some attention, and here I am giving it to you. Shame on me, right? It is a great video, and she is very talented, right? So what I want to talk about real quick here is the fact that, listen to this quote. Somebody said it in the chat, right? Somebody said it in the chat. They were like, you know, the engagement post, right? Right? A lot of victim blaming here. I haven't even seen that, honestly. I can't even really keep up because I'm kind of going in and out of screens and stuff trying to find videos. But yeah, there's definitely a few people out there who would just literally like to, you know, they like to go against the grain and you get some reactions. I mean, look at me. I'm reacting. That's shame on me. Okay. So anyways, what I wanted to tell you was, you know, I don't know if many people know this part, right? So the other day when I was putting together a timeline to work on, you know, a video that I'm working on of like her life leading up to this, during this, whatever. What we know anyways, I started like listening to other podcasts and stuff, and I found a podcast that was actually really good, and it was called Going West. I saw one of you in here say that, right? The Going West podcast was awesome. It's not on YouTube. You do have to like search for it online or whatever, but I heard a story, right? So basically they went to Georgia to, you know, that's where Brian did his proposal, at a beautiful place in Georgia where people get married. It was like one of those, you know, ranch style places, right? And this was his quote, and he left this on the Instagram on July 3rd, 2020, right? And it was, listen how romantic this is. Romantical, right? My biggest fear is that one day I will have woke up and it will all have just been a dream, because that is what each moment has felt like since the second we found each other. Till death do us part, or until I wake up. I'm so happy the answer was yes. Love you, honey, right? Till death do us part, or until I wake up. I'm so happy the answer was yes, right? Yikes. Pretty crazy, right? You know, now the dude won't even assist in her recovery, search and rescue, right? Yeah, clean. It's very clean and put together, right? Even her background on the channel, right? Let's take a moment to appreciate this, okay? The background on her channel. Let me go back up here. What is the deal? Okay. It's so sad. There's only one video.
Me and Brian just got a.
All right, I don't know why it's not coming up on Chrome. But anyways, let me read her description. I haven't done that yet. I don't know why I got stuck there for a second. Okay. Because your description is everything on YouTube. A lot of people don't know this, right? You should have a longer description. It should have your keywords in the first 2 sentences. I don't want to give too many secrets away here, but all right, it says August 19th, 2021, a glimpse into our van adventures. After our first cross-country trip in a little Nissan Sentra, we both decided we wanted to downsize our lives and travel full-time. But trying to fit everything for 2 people into the tiny trunk of a car, also spending way too much on gas, food. Oh, she spelled 2 right. T00. I mean, T-O-O. I don't know why I said 00. T-O-O. I love people that use the correct context of 2s in which, like all those words, right? Like, I like this girl, okay? Too much on gas, food, and Airbnb was not was not the road to take. We quickly realized we had to come up with a solution if we wanted to continue traveling and living nomadically. So that's why we handcrafted our own tiny van, a simple 2012 Ford Transit Connect, utilizing space with unique designs and features, creating a space for both artistic expression and distance hiking. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you tag along on our journey wherever the van takes us. Even if it's back to Florida without you. So sad, right? Follow our van life journey for some awesome van life ideas, tips, hacks, camping spots, and so many beautiful places to travel. Visit our website. Oh, haven't gone there yet. She left her Instagram. Damn, I can tell she spent time, energy, and effort looking into what makes your YouTube channel great, right? Because this is impressive, especially for a first-time video, right? I can tell she probably read blogs. She probably looked into the algorithm. Her grammar is good. Like, I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying this because the girl's missing. Like, I look at stuff like this. I do. I'm like a weirdo. Like, I always pay attention to descriptions and stuff. So the fact this is her first one tells me she would have been really great at this, you know? So, wow. I wasn't expecting it to be that great. So let's put in their website because I haven't even done that yet. Oh, cool. Very clean, like you said. Oh, you need a password. You need a password. Oh, okay. Probably because it's not done being set up, right? Such a cute little aesthetic with them holding hands in the background. Adorable. Adorable. Such a shame, right, guys? Such a shame. Really is. She literally spent time and effort, and that is just so cute. I left out. All right, I'm going to read a couple comments. I'm going to head out here. I know. She even was nice enough to, like, turn to the officer. And even though she was mad at Brian and fighting with Brian, right? She even had enough niceness in her heart to be like, don't forget your charger. You know? Crazy. Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I showed that. I read that blog and everything last night about her best friend that said that, you know, he took her ID and her keys and just being a punk, right? Anyways. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry I'm a little all over the place. I'm not really used to, like, handling a bunch of screens at one time, and I'm not the greatest at it. I'll be the first to tell you, but hopefully with some time I will get better. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe like on your way out, and I'll catch you next time. Hopefully we'll have some updates sooner rather than later, right? How hasn't Brian been caught yet? Exactly. I don't know. Probably because his parents waited freaking 4 days to report him missing. Freaking jerks. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you to my moderators, by the way. I know that this one was a little crazy, right? I've never had this many people in my stream, so I appreciate you guys' hard work more than you know, because I couldn't even look at the chat half the time. So thank you. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Just here for the tea. Thank you.